Okay, now we're going to talk about property tax. Okay, all these numbers, right, just like the tax table, please do not bother memorizing the tax table. If such a question should come out, right, the tax table of course be provided for you, so please, right, you have a better use of your brain power to go and memorize these things. Anyway, for property tax is on page 30. Property tax for owner-occupied properties is 4%, and property tax for other properties is 10%. So basically, it works like this. Let's say if I own a HDB flat and a bungalow flat, bungalow flats, yeah, a HDB flat and a bungalow, for example. Okay, if I stay in a HDB, okay, flat, that means on my IC, I have the HDB flat. It will be they'll charge me 4% property tax, right, of the HDB flat, and on the bungalow, right, they'll charge me property tax of 10%. Okay. Or if I reverse, right, if I change my IC, right, I go stay in the bungalow, they check, right, and then I say that I stay in the bungalow. Okay, owner occupied means that if I stay in the bungalow, they will charge me 4% on the bungalow and 10%, right, on the HDB flat itself. So that's how owner occupied and other properties work. So if I own, let's say 5 houses, okay, 1 flat and 4 bungalows, if I stay inside the flat, that means my IC says my flat, I stay in the flat there, I will pay 4% of the annual value of the flat. And if I then on the bungalow, each of the different bungalow, that means the second, third, fourth, fifth house, I have to pay 10% of the annual value, right, of that flat. This annual value, ANNUAL, annual value, they will actually calculate this based on the property and all. They tell you the annual value, and then the IRAS, okay, the tax department, will actually charge you based on that. Okay, why don't we just go on, okay, and do a few examples on this, alright, before I carry on with the lesson. Okay, let's take a look. Okay, I'm going to do question 6 for you all, okay, on exercise 5.6 and question 8. So without much further ado, let me do question 6. Question 6, right, is on page 31. Right, question 6 says this: Ahmad lives in own HDB flat in 2005. The estimated rental value of his flat was $1,500 per month. He also owned an apartment which was leased at $2,700 per month. Calculate the property tax he had to pay in 2006. So basically, right, the owner occupied in this case is the HDB flat, while the apartment is counted as other properties. Okay, then the other properties in this case for Ahmad will be the apartment. Okay, first, right, we have to calculate the annual value. So annual value of HDB, they say that the rental value is $1,500 per month. So $1,500 per month times 12. Okay, you go and calculate this. It means that annually his HDB flat is worth $18,000, and the tax payable on, in this case, for the HDB flat will be, from the table, owner occupied is 4%. So it's simply 4% of $18,000. So in this case, you have to pay $720 tax for the HDB flat. This is HDB. Okay, now the next part here we have to calculate, right, will be for his apartment. So I'll say the annual value of apartment is equals to, how much is it per month? 2,700 per month. 2,700 times 12. He will have to pay, oh, calculator just died. $2,700 times 12. He have to pay, his annual value of his apartment is $32,400. Notice that other properties means that the Ahmad doesn't stay there, is charged at 10%. So I'll say that the tax payable on the apartment is equals to 10% of $32,400. This is so simple, I don't need a calculator. He has to pay 3240, okay, on the apartment. So his total property tax, okay, total property tax is equals to 720 plus 3240 is equals to 33120. That's his total property tax for the year 2006. Alright? Okay, the next question that I want to do is question 8. Question 8 works like this. The monthly rent for a flat for first 5 months here was 2,800. The monthly rent was increased by 15% for remaining months of the year. Find the property tax earned by the owner of the flat in that year if the property tax was 10%. So therefore, okay, his annual value, question 8, the first 5 months was $2,800, correct? Then for the next 7 months there was a 15% increase, so it's 115 over 100 times 2,800. So this is the excuse me, annual value of this, what is it, flat. So first 5 months was 2,800, then there's a 15% increase for the next 7 months. So we just plonk everything into the calculator. And we get $36,540 for the annual value of the flat. So therefore, the tax payable. Notice in this case, the question tells us that the owner of the flat, right, that the property tax rate was 10%. So it's equals to 10% of $36,540. Again, a very simple calculation. The tax payable on this flat was 3654. And that concludes question 8, and it concludes taxation. Thank you for watching.